In my 18-year corporate career, I've been recruited into 4 different Fortune 100 companies. And within those companies, I've interviewed for and have been hired into 10 different positions. And later on in my career, becoming a hiring manager, I've also done my fair share of conducting interviews and selecting candidates to join my team. So as you can imagine, I've got quite a bit of experience tailoring my resume to be extremely marketable, and I've also seen a good deal of well-crafted and eye-catching resumes in my hiring efforts as well. And over the years, I've seen that there are consistently 5 things that all good resumes have. So if you're in the market for a new job, here are the top 5 resume building tips that I've collected as an experienced professional and a hiring manager that may help you land your next interview. Welcome back to Daniel's Brew, where I talk personal finance, investments, and career development. So, diving right into it, the first important resume tip that I've got for you is to tailor your resume to each job that you apply to. Remember, every job posting is meant to be a solution to a problem or a gap that the hiring team has. Therefore, your resume has to reflect that solution back to the reader to show that you're a good fit for the position. Here's one practical way to do this. First, find a word cloud generator like this one online. Then copy and paste the job description into the tool to determine what the right prominent keywords are within the posting. This will give you a good idea of what the core focus areas are within the rope and rec. Then look through your own resume, and within your experiences, make sure you tailor your bullet points to highlight your work that has relevance in the prominent keywords that you've discovered. For example, if you're applying for this Vice President of People position, you'll notice that performance management, being a team member, and a champion of culture and mission are frequently recurring themes within this job description. So, focusing your resume content on experiences and examples where you've led a high-performing team in which you've instilled a strong sense of culture and mission would be relevant and likely interesting to the recruiter or the hiring manager. The second resume writing tip that I have for you is to follow an effective resume bullet structure. When you get down to the actual job and the respective bullet points within your resume, this content section should keep in mind 2 important things. First, only the initial bullet point in this area should be a detailed description of your job responsibilities and accountabilities. The next 2 to 3 bullets should be specific objectives and key results that you've achieved within your role. For example, this first sentence on my resume shows what I do in a detailed yet clear manner. Then the next 3 bullets outline key objectives that I've had and what my results and outcomes have been. That's effective resume bulleting structure. Very often, I've seen resumes that have all 3 or 4 bullets under a specific job simply describing their role and responsibilities. This leaves the hiring manager wondering what the exact impact of your specific involvement has been in the position and makes it hard to compare your unique value within a sea of other candidates that have applied for the job. Yes, there are many companies that use ATS systems and other screening software to automatically accept or reject resumes based on keyword relevance. And yes, there are many tips out there on how to format and cater your resume to pass these automated gates. However, I want to caution you guys on over-indexing towards ATS friendliness within your resume. If you litter your resume with forcefully fit keywords or alter your resume writing style to match what a machine algorithm will pick up, you can at times end up with a document that passes the ATS screening but reads awkwardly to the recruiter or the hiring manager. In fact, one instance I've had in the past is that I interviewed someone that had rewrote a job description bullet so heavily skewed towards the ATS system that it actually misrepresented our actual impact and influence within a role. That led to a bit of confusion on my part as the hiring manager, and we ended up wasting most of our interviewing session just clarifying what our actual contribution was to a job. It does you no good to pass an ATS system only to have a misunderstanding in your resume with the hiring manager. So just make sure you guys are aware and cognizant of this point. Your resume is your professional profile, and nothing diminishes the impact of your resume like typos, misspellings, and grammar mistakes. This is especially true if you're applying for a high-profile job that has hundreds and hundreds of candidates. In that scenario, every little detail matters. So, do yourself a favor and triple-check every word in your resume. And as a standard practice, make sure you ask at least 2 people to proofread your document before you start using it for job applications. Lastly, I just wanted to list out a few key best practices that should be fundamental within your resume writing. First, make sure you include your LinkedIn profile in your resume. According to this Forbes article, a study shows that having a robust LinkedIn profile listed on your resume gives you a 71% better chance of landing an interview. So make sure you keep this front and center in your resume, and make sure you keep your LinkedIn profile updated. Next, make sure you keep your resume to the appropriate length. A good rule of thumb is to keep your resume at 1 page if you've got less than 10 years of experience, and less than 2 pages if you've got 10 or more years of experience. Remember, a resume is designed to be a summary of your background and your experiences, not your full life story. Thirdly, make sure you send your resume as a PDF. PDFs are great formats to send resumes in because it preserves all of the formatting that you've done in the document. If you send it in any other way, there's a chance that the styling, the formatting, or the font may come out differently on the recruiter or hiring manager's PCs than your own. It'd be a shame to do all of that work to pretty up your resume only to have it lost due to improper file conversion. Lastly, make sure you name your resume correctly as you submit it. Remember, recruiters see a lot of resumes in their day, so ensure you have your first and last name clearly stated on the file so that they don't accidentally misplace your document among the sea of other resume files that they have to keep track of. And that's it. Those are the 5 key things that I've seen all good resumes have. If you've enjoyed this video, make sure you like it and subscribe to the channel. And for more career development content, make sure you check out my playlist down below in the description section of this video, or go to my website, danielsbrew.com. Alright, well, thanks for joining me today, and I hope these tips help you build the best resume possible and help you land that job interview that you've been counting on. Thanks for joining us today on Daniel's Brew, and we'll see you next time.